Hi, everybody. Joe Giardulo at sopranoplanet.com. I make mouthpieces for soprano saxophone. Drop by the website, check it out. Drop me a line. Lots of great information there. Very useful. Be sure to stop by. Okay, today's subject. This is one I hear all too often, and so do you, probably. And that is people complaining about how bad reeds are. Cane reeds are just awful. They don't play. I buy a box of reeds. They're expensive. They don't play. I get maybe one or two or maybe three, but I have 7 or more that are unplayable, and I can't take it anymore. And I'm going to go to a synthetic reed, but I can on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Okay. Well, look, I'll cut to the chase. It's not your reed. Your reed is not the problem. You don't have bad reeds, okay? Sometimes you might get them, but I can tell you, it's over 15 years since I've had a bad reed. That's a fact. Soprano, tenor, and alto, I haven't had a bad reed in over 15 years, okay? Well, and I'll explain why that is. All right, so let's talk about it. It's not your reed, okay? And so let's talk about what the reed is supposed to do, how it's supposed to function, what's supposed to happen, and then we can talk about what isn't happening for all you folks that are having supposedly problems with reeds. So simple stuff. We get the reed, it's moistened, we put it on a mouthpiece, and we blow. And what does that do? That excites the reed and makes the reed vibrate. And it's the vibration of the reed that moves air molecules in such a way as to create a sound wave. That sound wave travels through the air inside your horn, and there we are. Everything is, that's it. That's the whole thing that the reed actually does on its own, okay? That's half the story. Because in fact, as important as a reed is to the mouthpiece in order for you to play, the mouthpiece is equally as important to the reed. Well, how can that be? Well, I'm going to explain to you how that can be. And here's a simple thing. You should know this. Here's a tuning fork. When this fork gets excited again, which is by me tapping it on my kneecap, it creates a sound. How does it create that sound? The same way. It moves air molecules. Those air molecules set up a sound wave, and there you have it, okay? So let's use this tuning fork, all right? Let's listen, A440. Hit my knee. You hear it? I can hear it, but I don't think you can. Barely I can hear it. Why is it so quiet? Well, it's so quiet because this is a small item. It doesn't, they don't vibrate that much. And it doesn't move that much air, and therefore it doesn't create that much volume of sound, okay? But surprise, surprise, how can we make it louder? Here's how. Do it again. Now, how did placing this on the book make that louder? All right. Well, here's how it made it louder. The vibrations from the tuning fork actually create vibrations in the surface upon which I placed it. And this surface is vibrating to the same frequency, so to speak, as this tuning fork. So we have more, and because it's vibrating, it's moving air. So because it's moving air, in addition to the air that this is moving, we get more volume. That's a fact. That's what happens. Okay, we have more surface vibrating. That amount of vibration adds to the amount of air that's being moved. Now we have volume. Okay, what does that mean to us with our reeds? Well, it's the same thing. When you put the reed on your mouthpiece, you attach it to the table. If that table is perfectly flat or reasonably flat, and by reasonably I mean 95% flat, and that reed is in contact with that table 95% or better, when the reed vibrates, that vibration in the reed is transferred to the mouthpiece, and the mouthpiece is vibrating. Now, the mouthpiece is also stimulating air to move, and so now we get response. We get resonance. Reed plays fine. But the fact is that if you're having this endemic problem with reeds, your mouthpiece has got problems, buddy. Get your mouthpiece checked, because I can almost guarantee that the table is concave by a lot. Most of you, if you haven't had your mouthpiece tables checked, most of you have tables that are concave to some degree, and by some degree, I mean a lot. If you have just a tiny concavity, you're very fortunate. I see dozens of mouthpieces every week, brand new mouthpieces. They all have ridiculous amounts of concavity, all of them. If I asked 100 of you to send me your mouthpiece, and I would bet 97 or 98 of them guaranteed to be concave. And there's a good chance all 100 would be concave. Okay. And so what does that mean? So it's concave. Well, here's what it means. And this is big. And this is why you have problems with reeds. So now you have this concavity. And at the end of this, I'm going to put up some pictures of showing you what I'm talking about concavity, so you can understand just how ridiculous the amount of concavity is on production saxophone mouthpieces, okay? But when you have that concavity that you will see at the end of this, you put your reed on. There's a space containing air between the reed and the mouthpiece. Sometimes it's 80% or 90% of what you think is your reed contacting your mouthpiece. In other words, there's a void that's 90% of the area of your table, okay? And what happens? So now you've clamped your ligature on, and you go to play, and the reed is, you got a bad reed. Well, no, what you have is the reed vibrating, the reed trying to pass along the vibrations to the mouthpiece and only contacting it intermittently, and therefore most of those vibrations are going into a dead air pocket on your table. It's not exciting the mouthpiece, it's not resonating the mouthpiece, and therefore you only have the reed sounding, and you're getting no help from your mouthpiece. The mouthpiece is letting your reed down in the same way that I explained to you with the tuning fork that you couldn't hear until we got some sympathetic vibrations to support the sound. That's where the reed problem is. So here's what I suggest to you. Get your mouthpieces checked. I mean, when I tell you I see 95, 98%, 99%, I usually bet on 100% that the tables are going to be bad. They are. Yours is probably bad. If I bet everybody that's looking at this that their table is bad, I'd win so many bets. I might lose a few, but I'd win so many that I'd make a fortune, okay? Because it's true. Get your mouthpiece checked. Now, people do that. I do that. I do it for free. You send me your mouthpiece. You come to my shop, I'll check it. I'll tell you what there you I'll show it to you. I'll check it, I'll show it to you. I'll tell you what it means. You can decide what you want to do about it. I don't really care. But at least you'll know what you're dealing with. If you want to send it to me, I do it for free. You just have to pay the postage back and forth. That's it. I'll tell you what I find. I'll tell you what it means. You can do what you want. I don't care. You want to play it. You want to fight with reeds. Go right ahead. Okay. You want somebody else to straighten it out. That's fine too. But get over this reed problem nonsense. It's just nonsense. Okay. Yeah, there are some reeds that are better than others that you will like more than others. But the fact of the matter is your mouthpiece is the problem. It's not the reed. All right. Hey, listen, this is Joe Giardulo. I'm trying to share with you what I know. I hope it helps you. But if you're complaining about reeds, forget that. Get your mouthpiece checked. Pick one of your mouthpieces, if you've got many. Pick one of them and send it to me, send it to somebody else. Have them check it, okay? You're going to be shocked what you find. And then you're going to fix it. You're going to be delighted. And life is going to be rosy. Hey, Joe Giardulo at sopranoplanet.com. Check out the website. Drop me a line. Be well, stay safe, and keep playing.